NIT, and it has been an outstanding tournament so far.
Everybody on their feet inside the super pit. Floyd, the turnaround, got it! North Texas going to the quarters.
5 seconds left. Thomas, crossover, downhill for the win. Tapped up, no, that's it. Loyola Chicago has won it.
It's Lindeborg this time. To the hole, Loison's in his way, gets his own rebound, 5 on the clock. No good again. Tillis has it and controls it.
Approaching a minute left to go in a tie game. Bonham hits the three. Dean fires, got it! What a shot! Outside Bonham three, money! Trey Bonham. It is destination Indianapolis for Chattanooga.
And the great games continue here in the 2025 NIT as we get ready for our second semifinal matchup between Chattanooga and Loyola Chicago for the right to move on to the championship game, where they will take on UC Irvine, who just beat North Texas 69-67, 32 wins for the Anteaters. #1 in the history of their program in a single season, and they await the winner of this one. Welcome back inside Hinkle Fieldhouse, everyone. Mike Corey alongside Fran Fraschilla and Ashley Shamedy. What a game that we just saw first off with UC Irvine winning to go to the title game.
Two teams that know how to win. We got two more in this game that have had great seasons, and we expect the same type of hand-to-hand combat and tough, aggressive play.
How about a couple of players each for these two teams that helped them get to this point? Trey Bonham, let's start with him for Chattanooga.
Hey, 23 points a game in the NIT. The numbers speak for themselves. He's been with Danny Earl through thick and thin, and right now it's trying to be a little thicker tonight with a win. And then how about Jaden Dawson? He's the leading scorer for the Ramblers of Loyola. 35 in the big win on the road at San Francisco, and he's expected to do some cool things tonight. Watch out for him playing inside against those small guards.
Our officials tonight, Clarence Armstrong with Owen Short and Edwin Young. And underway here in the second semifinals from Indianapolis. Loyola Chicago with it first. Here's Edwards, puts up the three. And over the top of the backboard. He has been outstanding though this year. Sheldon Edwards, 105 made three-pointers on the season, a new Ramblers record.
And he wasn't shy right there, first look. Now, the Mocs of Chattanooga, terrific offense. Spread them out, hard cuts, and open up the floor.
Starting five here for the Mocs, and underneath for the first bucket, it's Bonham, who you just talked about.
Oh, absolutely. This is a very dangerous offense for Loyola to guard tonight. Very efficient.
Miles Rubin. The hook, count it.
That young man gets better and better. The sophomore from Simeon High School, which has produced a lot of great talent. Great student as well.
Yep, 3.9 GPA. And they try to feed it down underneath. It was deflected out by Rubin.
Well, the Ramblers are going to see this all night, Mike. We told you about spreading it out. Take a look right here. Little back cut to start the game. And love watching this young man, Connor Huff. The other reason I like him is his mom lives about 10 minutes from where I grew up.
That's right, Brooklyn.
Brooklyn kid, yep. Got a little city in him.
There's Bonham. Harrison Kiesler.
We'll see how quickly they move it side to side.
Wheeler back up to the top. It's a three. Mulholland, no good. Rebound, and here comes Jaden Dawson. And fouled by Kiesler.
I think the Loyola Ramblers are a more physical team than Chattanooga. And you're going to see a lot of driving tonight. They've got guys like Dawson particularly, and this young guy is one of the best young coaches in the country. Drew Valentine, great basketball family. Dad played at Michigan State. He's here tonight, and his brother Denzel was a pretty good player.
That's right, yeah, AP Player of the Year at Michigan State, drafted by the Bulls. Here's Dawson, pulls up, Doesn't go. Rebound, Chattanooga.
And keep in mind, Huff's got a layup already, but he is a great shooter.
Kiesler over for Bonham. Bonham again.
Oh boy.
Look out.
Yep. Terrific rip-through move to the baseline. And you got to play his three-point shot, which opens up that drive.
Yep. Woinsu with a pass out to Dawson. Corner for Des Watson. Back up top, Dawson for three. In and out. Rubin battling for it. Did he knock it out? He did. Chattanooga possession.
Take a look at this, Mike. They go side to side a couple times, and then watch Bonham just rip it through and head to the baseline, and he caught that defense napping a little bit.
How about what Coach Earl has done here, right? I mean, his brother Brian's the head coach at William & Mary, one of 5 sets of active head coaches for brothers in Division I, but they have really turned it on here at Chattanooga.
Dan Earl is a great coach. He was a great player at Penn State. And Brian's done a great job at William & Mary in his first year.
66 wins for Dan Earl in the 3 years, the most for a Chattanooga head coach in their first 3 seasons in the Division I era, which has gone on for 47 years now. Here's a three-pointer. It's up, and it is no good that time.
Oh, that was right there, wasn't it?
Yeah, Huff, he almost had it.
Yep. We're not talking good shooter. He's an outstanding shooter.
19th in the country at 42% from three-point range. On the drive is Watson, and we're tied at 4.
That's what we call a Gortat screen right there. Rubin sealed his man so that on the drive, his man Mulholland could not get over and help.
Handoff for Bonham. Bonham brings it out. Here's Huff. Feeds the cutter. It's Whelan. Nice. How about that, Fred?
And you know, he didn't dribble. And the reason that's important, he played 4 years at Bellarmine for Scott Davenport. And he doesn't let his guys dribble. We talked to him yesterday, and he said, man, I feel like a free man that I can dribble it every now and then. But you can see how comfortable he was in the catch and shoot.
Second team SoCon player this past year.
Yep.
Last year of eligibility here, the graduate student. Grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio.
And his coach just retired, Scott Davenport, a great one.
Here's a feed to
Oh,
Quinn.
strong move. Quinn is the 6th man, but he's basically a 6th starter. Young man from Tuscola, Illinois. And this is what he does. And we talked about Loyola being a physical driving team. And there's a good example right there. Mulholland gets over a little too late.
Third year for Quinn at Loyola Chicago. He played all 33 games off the bench last year. Played his 29 games, 17 starts the year before. Then this year, 13 starts, his 14th here today, and the 37th game of the season for the Ramblers. Constant for them for 3 years. Here's a three-pointer up in the corner, no good by Bonham. And here's Quinn right back the other way. Feeds it for Dawson. 3 ball is good. They're going to do that.
Yes, and you know that's because Quinn attacked, and the defense sucked down to the baseline, and Dawson just followed behind him.
They will put up quick shots like that in transition, and they've been able to knock them down. 10-6 now. Baseline jumper is good for Whelan.
Whelan is one of 4 players. 4 out of 5 have transferred here. 4 of them are D2 players. Whelan to Bellarmine, and 1 Division I player. Almost a great finish.
Edwards a little bit too strong. Yeah, Whelan is one of 4 players in double figures in scoring for this team. 14 points a game. 3rd behind Bonham and Huff. Here's Bonham for 3. It's good. And Chattanooga has regained the lead, 11-10.
How hot has he been in the NIT? Comes in 9 of 19 from 3, and he keeps it up. And now Chattanooga changing the look. I think they're going to go zone here.
Quinn to the corner, Dawson for three, and a shooting affair right back and forth here.
Good ball movement by the Ramblers. Excellent start to this game by both teams.
13-11 here, Loyola Chicago. Latif Juf back for Whelan. Another jumper for the tie. No. Miles Rubin the rebound. Edwards, there it is. Another three in transition. Knocks it down. 16-11 now. We said it in their delivery. Sheldon Edwards tacking on to his program record 106th three-pointer this season. Jupe is blocked by Rubin. A huge contingent of fans from Loyola Chicago behind that hoop. Love it.
Oh, they did it again.
Quinn, no.
They're using that big man as a screen on those drives.
There's Kiesler. Reverses direction. Nice bounce pass underneath for Whelan.
Kiesler is the best player in the country in assists and turnovers. You saw an example right there. He's 5.4 assists for every one turnover, the #1 in the NCAA.
Very, very impressive. 109 assists on the season, only has 20 turnovers. Here's the three, Dawson. Rebound, and out of bounds on the baseline was Watson. First time out of the night.
Well, we got two guys we talked about at the top of the show. Dawson, money, smooth. Bonham, money, smooth. Great start.
Welcome back to Indianapolis. Mike Corey, Fran Bichella, and we welcome in Ashley Chamonix for the first time tonight.
Well, guys, what a shooting affair we have so far. This one exciting, but I want to talk about the Chattanooga backcourt of Trey Bonham and Honor Huff. Not only are the two teammates, but they are best friends. It wasn't always like that, though. They started off at VMI. Trey was there first with head coach Dan Earl at the time. Then Honor came in. And man, at first it was a little bit of a competition between the two of them. Was this guy gonna come here and take my spot? Then about midway through that season, head coach Earl said at the time, I'm gonna put the two guards in together, and this dynamic duo was born. That first game, Honor told me that they both had 20+ points. It was one of the best seasons VMI had in a while, and now the two ending up at Chattanooga together, that wasn't by accident either. Honor came first and called Trey every single day until he decided to transfer as well. The two are roommates. They actually co-parent a dog together as well. They're often mistaken for one another. It's truly two best friends kind of living out their dream, and they're hoping it'll take them to the championship game of this NIT as well.
Yeah, and it's so cool, Ashley, because remember, Trey went to Florida for a year and lost his best friend, and they all regrouped with Coach Earl in Chattanooga. Look at this. This kid is such a good shooter. And you really can't tell them apart because they play almost similar.
And on cue, Huff knocking down the three ball.
Matchup zone right now. They're showing zone. They're trying to play man out of it.
And nice. A block and a foul inside. Count the basket here for Francis Wakoria.
Wakoria is one of those guys that is just a tough, hard-nosed player. But let's go back and watch Huff now. This kid can really stroke it, and he's only 5'10", and then Wakoria, he gets it done inside as well.
What were we talking about before the game? Because that's his 125th made three-pointer, which is second in the single season, and he needs three more for the record. That's incredible. Third in Division I with a 125 knocking down from three-point range. The foul was on Richards. And Wakoria has made it a 19-16 lead for Loyola Chicago. Huff again. Inside, and a triple team there that time on Richards.
Got 2 on the shot clock now, so you got to have something quick.
Dawson is coming back in here for Velasquez for Loyola Chicago. What do we think here? Who's going to put this ball in? Gonna get a shooter, right? Get somebody free.
I got a feeling, knowing what I know about Coach Earl, that he's got something. 2 on the clock, so it could be catch and shoot.
Bonham to put it in. And it's Huff. His buddy off the screen for three and off the side of the backboard, and it's a shot clock violation. Yeah, why not? Go with those two, yeah?
Yeah, got what they wanted. That time, Hunter Ruff, not accurate. That young man went to 4 different high schools in Pennsylvania. One was a boarding school, one was a Catholic school, one was a public school, one was a charter school. And he said the great thing about that, I learned how to get along with all kinds of people.
Well, and he got all his transfers out of the way early.
He did.
Yeah.
He was in the portal a lot.
Yeah. The high school portal. Watson. Oh, that could have been
an offensive foul.
Yeah,
it was. Good call. Yep. Now, they want to attack those small guards, but these two guys are tough, and Watson doesn't like it. Well, I'll tell you, this is a basketball community, Mike. You know it. Indy, baby.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of the 2025 National Invitation Tournament is brought to you by McDonald's.
I could use a Big Mac right now, man. But not on air.
Not on air. We got great basketball going on right now here.
Yes,
Loyola, Chicago, the Ramblers in town here in Indy, along with Chattanooga.
How about the history of Loyola, of Chicago basketball? 1963, national champions, the great Jerry Harkness, who actually lived in Indianapolis. He was a great player on that team from New York City. Passed away a couple years ago, and Jerry made his home here. But great history, great tradition. Porter Moser took this team to the Final Four back in 18.
And went to another Sweet 16 in 2021. Also Sweet 16 in 1985 as well. Here's a three that's off from mark by Mulholland. It's going to stay with Chattanooga. But yeah, Loyola Chicago, they have also been in 7 NITs. Lost the championship game way back in 1939 and 49. Lost in the semis in 62. They've only had 3 NITs in between 1962 and this year, which have all been first-round losses. So they've done a nice job to advance this season.
Yep.
Three ball, Huff.
How quick is that release? How quick is that release? That ball got up quickly. He's 5'10", Mike, and he's got to shoot over bigger guys. And when you're that size your whole career, you learn how to do it.
And he's knocked down 2 already here in this first half. We are tied at 19. A steal. Costal.
Oh, man.
Right
Gave him that back. Yep. He can pick it up. Well, it's a double dribble. Watch how quick this release is, folks. Costal puts it right on the money. And boom. That's amazing.
That's indefensible.
Yeah, well, it's hard, especially, but like I said, when you're that size for that long, you learn how to do that.
Ashley, how about it?
That's right, guys. I talked to Honor today. He said, look, I was never tall. It's not like I was tall and then I became short. He said I was that guy that was always short. So I always had to learn how to adapt to what my team needed me to do. He said he already knows what it takes. Some games he needs to take over. Some games he needs to be a facilitator, just learning what the coaches want out of him as an undersized guard.
I'm not going to say it for you.
Ashley, how come I couldn't learn that at my size?
Yeah. You're like, I feel for this guy. Here's a shot. It's good by Rubin.
Yeah, good drive. Rubin sets up behind the defense. He's not going to wow you with a lot of offensive skill. Much improved. Good cut. But Rubin can finish.
Casano. Count it for Chattanooga. They're up 23-21 here, halfway through this first half.
Little pressure now. Looks like a 1-2-2. They'll fall back into a zone. And Dan Earl is very comfortable playing 9 or 10 guys. Remember, Frank Champion, one of their key guys, is out for the season.
Yep.
And he is missed, but they've got depth.
Well, and when we talked to Coach Earl about this, when we were talking about these guards and Bonham and Huff, 6 foot and 5'10" respectively, he said, I've had to ask these guys to play with toughness, right? They don't have the same size as others. Obviously, they got to go north and south on drives.
Yep.
Defensively, got to keep people in front of them.
And they get a lot of help from their teammates.
Loyola's got 5 turnovers here early, just 2 so far for Chattanooga, with the ball and a 2-point lead, and 8 points for the Mocs off of those 5 turnovers so far.
Okay, this is a fun offense.
Huff, look at that. Not there. Watson. Rubin hands off to Dawson. Trying to get by Costello. He's fouled. And
it's gonna go. Yep. That's what you call a power guard, folks. He took it right to Costello. Costello tried to body him. And then a soft shot that just kissed off the rim. Take a look. Watch body to body right here. And he stays with it. And it's exactly what Drew Valentine and his staff said they needed to do tonight, was to impose their physicality in the backcourt on those guards.
You were talking about him earlier. That 35 points at San Francisco in that win was a career high, and the first since 2018-19 at Loyola for a player to score 30 plus.
It's pretty good. They've had some good ones here.
That got him to Indy. Now they try to advance to the championship. Whelan inside, back out here for Bonham. Look at the stutter step moves, but then he lost it.
You know, the difference tonight with those Chattanooga cuts is they normally don't cut into a shot blocker like Rubin. And you saw Whelan that time stop and kick it back out.
Yeah, that's a tall order, especially with 84 blocks. Miles Rubin looming large there. He's been awesome in that category. And he gets it now inside on the offensive end and shows his presence there.
Yeah, he keeps getting better and better. I didn't want to intimate that he's not a good offensive player. He's a great defender, but an improving offensive player. And as you mentioned, high IQ, great student. Good cut. Look at that offense.
Nice play, yep. Bonham.
This is basically, when you play Chattanooga, you're playing Princeton on steroids. It's a sped up offense that's very similar to the way Princeton has played through the years, but they play quickly.
Yeah, and you called it. That was a feed from the big man, Mulholland, right there. You can't be asleep on the defensive end.
No, I used to hate playing against these type of teams.
Nice job knocking that pass away was Whelan, but then Loyola Chicago gets it back, and Watson misses on the three, and a foul on the rebound, and it's on the Ramblers.
It's very pretty when you watch the Mocs play. The ball sings like Beyonce, and it finds the open man.
Chattanooga here, Fran. What's been happening so far?
Oh, baby, this is their offense right here. They spread you out. Their bigs can pass. They cut hard, and they really cause problems for teams that are really good pressure teams, because you play out on them, they go back door. This is what they've done all year long, and it's a reason why they're in the NIT Final Four with 27 wins.
How about 9 assists on the 11 made baskets, to your point?
It's what they do. They're one of the best in the country, Mike. You ready for this? 60% of their field goals come on assists. Now, that's a little bit misleading, because some teams who drive it well don't get a lot of assists. This team does pass it well, and it's evident.
Yeah, and Coach Earl was talking to us about it, and it sounds simplistic, you know, but in terms of it goes back to recruiting, and he says, hey, I'm bringing in high character guys, low ego guys, right? That's worked out pretty well. And then he said guys with basketball sense, high assist to turnover ratio, that can dribble, pass, and shoot. I know it sounds simple, but fundamentals.
Very much so. Right there, Huff tried to get inside of that defense to no avail. Quinn is good getting downhill.
Dawson on the block. Yep, Quinn back up top here for Watson. Trying to push off Bonham. Watson working hard in for Rubin, and he got fouled.
Really good job by Dez. There was a couple switches on the perimeter. He picked one out he liked. He got into the paint. And Miles Rubin, we call that the dunker spot on the baseline. Miles will stay behind the defense and wait for that dump off, and really keeps getting better. You know, that's Simeon High School. You know some great players, including the great Derrick Rose.
And that shows the ability from Valentine to recruit and keep players in his hometown. This is a big one. For the 5th straight year, every NCAA women's basketball championship game is on the networks of ESPN. Final Four on Friday, Championship Sunday, ESPN and ABC. For more information, go to NCAA.com. Your home for all 90 NCAA championships.
Yep, and I was in Austin 15 months ago when Lori Harlan suffered that ACL injury. She is back.
3-ball, Dawson, and he comes back here for Loyola Chicago as they have the lead by 4. Dawson's got 12 points here early. That leads all scores. And Mulholland got fouled.
Boy,
Make it Wheeler was fouled.
yeah, I'll tell you, Jaden Dawson, really impressive. Young man from Omaha. Take a look right here. Kick out, smooth, release. He's a physical guard. He can hurt you in different ways. We've seen a couple times tonight when you don't get behind your man, or when you do with Rubin in the back line, they kind of hesitate to shoot it.
Bonham, that's like a double clutch 3, doesn't go because you got good defense in front of him. Rebound Rubin. Watson. Watson. Knocked away and stolen. 4 turnovers as Kiesler comes up with it, gets it up the floor for Huff. Now Juve. One-on-one for the moment with Rubin. Shot clock. Still good time here. 12 to shoot. Bonham. Yes.
Tough finish. Very tough finish over Edwards. He used that left hand to stretch it out like an erector set.
So crafty.
Very crafty. These two guards, they may be little in stature, but they play big.
Back into Watson here. Sandwich kicks it out. Almost another steal. 5 to shoot. Dawson hoists it up. Rebound Whelan.
These are two fun teams to watch, folks. Both spread you out. A little different because Loyola likes to drive it. Mox will back cut.
There's Kiesler. Back for Bonham again. Look at this. Almost. Rebound comes down to Wakoria. Rubin. The hook.
Pretty move by the young big guy. Use that right hand.
8 points for Rubin. Perfect 4 for 4 from the field, too. Whelan. And a foul on the rebound. It's going to be on Juve. NCAA Men's Basketball Championship Final Four. That begins on Saturday. It's 6 Eastern, 3 Pacific on CBS. For more information, go to NCAA.com. Of course, all 4 number 1 seeds in the Final Four. First time since 2008.
You want me to handicap that?
Go ahead.
Those 2 games? If I was a defense attorney for each team, I could make a case that each one of those 4 teams has a legitimate chance to win the whole thing. We've said Florida was the best team in the country this year. We've said Auburn was. We've said Duke was. And by the way, Houston has 1 loss since November 30th.
Right. I agree with you 100%. It's really the 4 that's been talked about all year, and I think kind of rightfully so, that those are the ones that are left. Basket and a foul here for Jalen DeLoach.
This guy played in the NIT last year in the finals right here in Hinkle Fieldhouse for the University of Georgia. And he started his career at VCU, all A-10. Take a look. And he's that veteran big man backup that an NBA playoff team gets for the stretch run. He does dirty work.
He really does. And, you know, he's kind of one of those players that you need to have on your team if you're trying to build a championship team and you want to make a run at something, because he does all those little things.
What do you think, Ashley?
I talked to Jalen at shoot-around today. I said, what does it take to get to a Final Four? Because like you said, Brandon, he was here just last year with Georgia. He says it takes seniors, it takes veterans. He said how special this group is. Everybody wants to play and win. He really gave credit to Coach Valentine, said he instilled us the importance to getting to this point and competing every step of the way.
Yeah, it's a great point, Ashley. Good stuff there. Here's the 3 that's off the mark. Rebound offensively by Cassano. Back out to Bonham. Another 3-point try doesn't go. Another offensive rebound. Kiesler on the deck. It's taken away. And Wakoria now up to Edwards, and here's Quinn.
How good is this effort right now? Both teams.
Scrapping on the floor. It's what you got to do if you want to move on. The championship game awaits on Thursday night.
All four of these teams wanted to keep their season going, Mike.
UC Irvine is already in the title game, awaiting the winner of this one. Deloach. Double team. Out to Wakoria for three. No. We're under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Ramblers with a 7-point lead. It's their largest of the game. Last time that Chattanooga led was 23-21. So it's been a 13-4 run here for Loyola Chicago. Three ball. No by Casano. And a foul on Kiesler. Timeout on the court in Indianapolis. Dan Earl in Chattanooga, Drew Valentine, Loyola Chicago, winner to the title game. Back after this.
John, Malcolm, Zubin coming up at the half. We'll really dig into the dominance Duke has showed in this year's NCAA tournament. Not so much dominance here. It's a 7-point game, but pretty darn competitive. Winner gets Irvine. What have we seen in the first half?
Chattanooga's down, and they're a 36% three-point shooting team. They're getting good looks with some of their handoff and cutting action. If they start to make some threes, I think the game should shift.
Yeah, and right now, Loyola Chicago, right now, they're doing a great job protecting the paint and also defending the three-point line. Chattanooga, one of the better three-point shootings in this conference right now.
Back to historic Hinkle. We'll see it at the half.
How do we have two offensive-minded analysts in the studio? Neither one of those guys guarded anybody. I can just tell you that right now.
They don't get a chance to respond to that.
We used to pick on Malcolm Huckabee when I was at Providence with the great Rick Barnes. And in all seriousness, those two guys in the studios, Crispin and Huckabee, were two great players.
Got an outstanding crew back there, Zubin, John,
and Zubin's not bad either.
Yes, exactly. Look forward to hearing from you guys at the half. And they were talking about it, right? He just said it, 3 of 12 from three-point range right now for Chattanooga.
You know, what Loyola does to Chattanooga that they don't see often in the SoCon, good pass, screen inside, great inbounds play. Great inbounds play right there. Huff sets the screen because he's a threat to come off the screen.
That was Costal to Makai Richards for the basket there. It's a 7-point game now. Semifinals here. The NIT winner to take on UC Irvine on Thursday night.
Matchup zone.
Here's a three. Edwards, no.
Yeah, these little guards are being really pestered by the size of those Loyola guards, even though they've both played well.
Here's Bonham. He's 6 of 10 from the field. He's got 13 points. That leads all scorers in this game. Coming up on 2 minutes left in the first half. Costal. Shot clock. 5. Has to put it up. And in.
How about that? That young man is one of 4 players who transferred this year for the 5th year, who is a D2 player. Costal is an excellent add to this team.
First bucket of the night for him.
Played at Alabama Huntsville for John Schumann, a terrific coach.
And coming in from the backside there was Bonham to knock it out.
Costal was looking to make a play with the pass, but he's got good size. He sees the shot clock, and he needs just a little bit of space to get that ball up over Edwards.
Well, there was a moment where it was only 2 players that had all the scoring for Chattanooga. Now they got 6 players that are in the scoring column, including Costal and that 3-pointer. It's a 4-point game here. Into Wakoria. Watson misses on the 3. Casano goes inside, and it's Richards again. That's 2 there for him.
Yeah, terrific job of sealing his man, Richards, so that he gave the passer a great target.
Richards only averages 3.7 points a game. He's already got a couple of buckets here. It's a 7-0 run for Chattanooga. Deloach. And he got fouled.
Let's go back and watch this now. Richards is going to take his man off the lane. Watch him seal him right here. And he just provides a target and a great pass over the top. Nice job by Mekhi Richards, young man from Oakland, California. Has bounced around the country at Eastern Washington and Pacific. This is like identical to the first game.
Yes.
The tempo's a little bit quicker. The execution is really good, but hard fought every possession.
And the deficit wasn't as large for the team that was trailing. Like UC Irvine was down by 15 points in the first half. They came back to tie it up at 30 all, sending it into the half. Loyola Chicago was led by as many as 9. They got a chance to push it up to 4 here. And Deloach is 3 for 3 at the foul line.
How good an effort does he give you off the bench? It allows Ruben to come back and now be the anchor defensively here in the final minute.
Yeah, Deloach averages about 14 minutes a game, and he's very efficient when he's in there. Last game, 13 minutes, 8 points, 5 boards, 2 assists, 4 blocks. Timeout Chattanooga. The use it or lose it timeout. With under a minute to go, we're back in 30 seconds. Women's Final Four, here we go. Texas, South Carolina, 7 o'clock Eastern, UConn, UCLA, 9 p.m. Eastern, Friday on ESPN, and then on ESPN2, Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi providing their commentary. Pre-game special begins at 6 Eastern. Going to be a lot of fun here with these 4.
There's a little interesting tidbit. The only 3 teams to beat South Carolina since March 31st, 2023, UConn, Texas, UCLA.
Get out of here.
Yes.
Wow.
You come to me for useless information, Mike.
Not at all. That is good information, and that's going to make it a fun tournament in the Final Four on the women's side. Here we've got 47 seconds to play in the first half. Bottoms, it's a travel. Yep. I thought Clarence Armstrong all over it.
Good piece of officiating right here. Edwin Young was going to call a foul. He looked at Clarence Armstrong, and Clarence had to travel first, which I think is the right call. They didn't make 2 calls at one time. They coordinated that very good. Nice job. And Chattanooga was trying to go 2 for 1 there.
Yep. Loyola Chicago, they still have a 4-point lead, but they've been scoreless over the last 4 minutes and counting. As you can see here, 30 seconds to go. About a 14-second differential shot clock and game clock.
Playing in that zone, Mike.
Let's see what Watson can do. It's deflected, and it's still in play, and Costal's got it for Chattanooga.
Great job of keeping that ball in bounds. The last time they went to a ghost screen with the guard. Now it's a, see if they can isolate.
3 seconds, a long 3, in and out. Tipped, though, by Casano.
Almost.
Yeah, would have been good. But that is the end of the first half. And Loyola Chicago leads it 38-34.
These games are flying by tonight because the effort has been sensational, and they've been hard fought over 6 halves or 3 halves or something like that.
Let's go to Ashley, who's with Drew Valentine.
All right, Coach, what's the biggest difference when you guys are able to pull away and gain that momentum offensively?
I mean, it's coach speak, but getting stops, our transition break and just the way we're getting it moving, popping in transition has been pretty good. And then I think Miles Rubin has been a tremendous rim protector, but also a rim scorer. He's really been electric tonight, so I think that's been the 2 biggest things for us.
All right, Coach, good luck this next half.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Loyola 21-3 with a lead at halftime this season. To the studio we go with Zubin, John, and Malcolm. Welcome back to the semifinals of the NIT. Jaden Dawson, 12 first half points to help lead the Ramblers. And then on the other side, Trey Bonham with 13 points, and that leads all scorers here in this game. It's a 4-point lead for Loyola Chicago as we welcome you back inside Hinkle Fieldhouse. Mike Corey, Fran Fraschilla, and Ashley Chamonix. Pretty good game here like we had in game 1. 4-point lead for Loyola Chicago. What have you been seeing?
Well, 82% of the baskets tonight have been assisted. It's what we expected. Both of these teams play 5 out. They spread the floor, and they move it, and they move it well. And I think that's right now. Now, Loyola is a little bit more physical, a little tougher, going to the basket. That's the difference right now. But I got to think Ashley's got some words of wisdom from Danny Earl.
I don't think she may be still listening in to what Earl is, you know, in the huddle.
Oh, there we go. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we got you, Ashley.
Yeah, guys, just talked to Coach Earl. He said, look, what's going to be most important is a really strong first 4 minutes of this half. He said defensively, they're too low with their post position. We got to get up on them, make it difficult for them down there. Offensively for us, he said, they're so physical. We have to go hard in whatever we do. And I asked specifically about Miles Rubin as well. He said our ball screen defense has to be good so they can't just dump it off to him for an easy 2.
Well, Whelan gets the second half started with a bucket here to cut the lead down to 4. He's got 8 points.
I'm no genius, but Danny Earl mentioned physicality from Loyola, and the Mocs have to match that early second half.
Dawson feeds it to Rubin.
Beautiful basketball. Both of these teams well-schooled offensively.
10 points for Miles Rubin here for Loyola Chicago. The Mocs with Mulholland. Trying to go backdoor. There it is.
They do. What do you mean try? What do you mean try, Mike? They are going backdoor.
That's what they do. Whelan on the catch and shoot. Well, you said it early. Again.
You acted surprised.
Yeah. Well, we've seen it before. Here's another 3 by Dawson. It doesn't go in a foul on Muinsu over the back.
Well, let me show you how they try, Mike, and they still get it. But it's because of the spacing. Great cut. See right there, Muinsu is watching the paint dry. You don't want to get caught watching the paint dry in Hinkle Fieldhouse, okay? There's a history of that. We might even see the picket fence tonight.
Yes. 3 ball at the top. It's good. It's Mulholland. And Chattanooga has the lead.
He is capable. He's only a freshman.
Red-shirted last year here with the Mocs. Knocks down a 3 ball, and now 5 of 15 from 3-point range is Chattanooga. Back to Rubin, and fouled by Mulholland.
Colin Mulholland, he red-shirted last year. His mom and dad are great volleyball players. Mom played on the U.S. Olympic team in 1992. Dad was a professional as well out of Canada. And he chose basketball. Makes sense. He's 6'10", about 220. And he's going to get better and better.
Picks up his 3rd personal foul, though, so he goes to the bench here. And driving in is Rubin as he takes advantage of Juf that time. Got the step.
Juf did not move his feet well.
Juf's pass, and it is a foul called here as Quinn got in there.
If it wasn't for the foul, I think the Mocs would have got another back cut.
Right.
Danny Earl was a tremendous player at Penn State. Outstanding high school player in the state of New Jersey. Dad played with Jimmy Valvano at Rutgers.
Like that. Here's Bottom. Feeds it in for Juf.
Beautiful.
And the 2.
Now, Mike, we said it at the beginning of the second half. The beauty of these two teams is their spacing.
And the team basketball that you were seeing from Chattanooga, that is their 16th assist on 19 made baskets.
Yep, and you know, Loyola is right there with them.
Yep, they have 11 of the 15.
Matchup zone, it's a 3-2 zone. Whelan at the top, and they play man out of it.
It's Dawson, got free for 3. It's no good. Rebound, Juf.
Watch those cuts now.
Whelan. Fade away over Watson.
Beautiful. Terrific. This Chattanooga team starting to heat up a little bit.
This is their largest lead of the game. 3 points, 3 minutes into the second half.
Well, I love the start, because when you're down at the half, you have to come out with energy. And they've more than made up for that 4-point deficit.
No doubt. Here's a three, though, on the way. That's no good by Edwards. Offensive rebound, Rubin. Back up top, second try, Watson, no. Chattanooga is 5 for 5 this half from the field. Huff. First miss.
Can't argue with that shot. Got into the paint, got a little separation. That ball just rolled out.
Fourth rebound for Rubin tonight. He's got 12 points, ties Dawson for the team high. He's been active on both ends of the floor.
Playing two-man basketball right now.
Rubin knocked away, stolen, and here comes Whelan. Takes it in on Edwards. Doesn't get it to go. And it's going to be picked up by Rubin.
Man, that ball was in and out.
And a timeout taken here, Loyola Chicago.
Take a look, we've got execution, Holmes. Take a look. This is beautiful basketball. Pick and roll, shoot at the rim from the Netherlands. And then how about Whelan? He's wheeling and he's dealing.
Back in Indianapolis, the 2025 NIT, UC Irvine already awaiting the winner of this game to play for the championship on Thursday night. Who is going to join them? We'll have it for you at 9 o'clock Eastern on ESPN. Mike Corey, Fred Fraschilla, Ashley Chamonix. What's going on, Ashley?
Guys, I just listened in on that huddle for the Ramblers. Coach Drew Valentine really bringing the energy, the motivation. He said, look, guys, any team that is advancing in any tournament, college or even on the NBA level, they do one thing. They don't let their offense dictate their defense. He says it all starts with getting stops. He said, I don't care what happens on the offense end. We are getting wide open shots. They will fall, but it is all about that one thing, and it's all on the defensive end. And that's what he kept harping on in that entire huddle.
Well, we're going to find out, Ashley, on this next few possessions because they have definitely, Mike, lost their mojo.
And look at a chance to talk it over here again. Another timeout. We'll be back to Indy with the semifinals of the NIT right after this. Semifinals from Indianapolis, historic Hinkle Fieldhouse. Mike Corey, Fran Fraschilla, Ashley Chamonix with you here tonight. Our outstanding statistician and friend, Jeff Nelson, along with Adam Peterson, our producer tonight, Adam Coppinger, with our director, Greg Ambrose, alongside Damon Lewis, Dylan Ureño, Emily Barker, Matt Stein, Bailey Chamberlain, Bree Manley, a lot of great people with us here throughout this week in Indianapolis.
Making us look good, Mike, and that's not easy.
Inside for the basket. This is Bonham for Chattanooga.
Chattanooga's on a little roll right now. A little pressure, token pressure. They have gotten the Ramblers out of rhythm, but a lot of basketball left. Mocs go to that zone.
Plenty of time remaining. It was a 9-point lead at one point earlier in this game for Loyola Chicago. Now it's Quinn, puts up a three and hits it. Cuts the 5-point lead down to 2.
That's not Jalen Quinn's best attribute as a shooter, but they'll take it. He does a lot of other things well.
It's up to Bonham. Against the double team, nowhere to go there. Here's Huff. Kiesler. A tough runner, no.
Good defense right there. Deloach, solid.
They get it to Aquaria, now inside for Deloach. One-on-one with Whelan.
Adam.
Got it.
Yep.
We're tied, Fran.
Yep. Deloach reminds me of one of those Jermichael Green guys in the league. that you want on your team late in the year when you're trying to win games.
He's got 6 points. That was a big one to tie things up at 47. Three ball, bottom, yes, and a foul. As DeLoach got him on the arm, and Trey Bonham's got a chance for the 4-point play.
And Keeslar gets another assist. You talk about a guy that moves the ball. Watch it right back. There's the shot, the tap on the arm. And Trey Bonham has been absolutely sensational tonight.
How about in the quarterfinals, right? The big shot against Bradley. 2 big threes, actually, to go ahead with 14 seconds left to even get to this point tonight.
Absolutely. How about all 3 games in this tournament prior to tonight? 23 points a game.
Unable to cap off the rare 4-point play, but it's Chattanooga by 3 with 13 and a half to go in this game. There's Quinn. Kicks it, 3 ball for the tie, no good by Watson. Bonham's got the rebound.
Wow.
Look at this dribbling, and it's intercepted for the moment, and then Huff gets it back.
Somebody's going to be open if they move it, but Danny Earl says no, run some clock.
And kind of reset. Huff, that's a tough one there. Offensive rebound though, that was Juve, and he couldn't finish it, and partially blocked in on wants a foul, and we're going the other way with Loyola Chicago and Watson. Quinn trying to do it again. It's tapped out to Watson. He'll put up a 3. And finally, Chattanooga has it.
Yeah, Miles Rubin, great job on the glass. Look at this kid. Look at this guy.
Keeslar from Huff.
How about that speed by Huff? Because he's such a good shooter, he's even faster than he looks because you got to guard the 3-point line. That's a push-off.
Watson almost hand nails it out of bounds there. Quinn was able to save it back into Edwards. Watson, no. Rebound, Casano. Yeah, these guards, I mean, the size has not been a factor. They're so quick. They use their body well.
And they get help.
Yeah.
On their team, no question. Boy, Juke is really comfortable handling the ball.
And he gets to the Keeslar. Juke goes down. Now it's out to Huff. It's a 3. It's good. Otter Huff. Chattanooga by 8, largest lead of the night.
They are so efficient on the offensive end. And the other thing they have is really good players. Not just the offense.
The 3-pointers are going down in this second half. They are 3 for 4 from 3-point range. Watson takes it in. He's fouled. And it takes us to a timeout.
Hunter Huff, 5'10", 163 pounds, out of Brooklyn, New York. The City Game in Chattanooga.
It's been an 8-0 run here for Chattanooga to take this lead 55-47 after we were tied, and Dan Earl in his 3rd season with Chattanooga trying to advance them to the NIT title game for the first time in school history and his 5th overall tournament for the team in the NIT.
Well, he's done a great job. He started at VMI as a head coach in the SoCon. Not an easy place to win. He did a good enough job that Chattanooga hired him, and he really has a great feel for his team. The offensive concepts are excellent. It's a basketball family, as we talked about. And they are fun to watch, Mike. He himself was a tremendous player. The New Jersey Player of the Year in 1993 by USA Today.
Yeah, Medford Lakes, New Jersey. His wife Sheila with 2 daughters. And he's been a part of the NCAA and NIT, both as a player and a coach.
Yep, I've never liked Danny Earl because I was recruiting Brevin Knight from Manhattan College. No one was recruiting Brevin Knight. And Danny Earl visited Stanford. And if he'd have gone to Stanford, Brevin would have came to Manhattan. He went to Penn State, Danny. Brevin went to Stanford, and he only played 14 years in the NBA. Yep. I've always had a problem with that guy.
What did you say when you told him that? What did he say?
We laughed. Nice play. They've gotten that again.
Yep,
That
inside Richards.
That is a great play because the screener is a shooter who they think is coming off of a screen.
Dawson, runner is good. Jaden Dawson comes back with 2. It's a 6-point game here with 10:45 to play. Dawson's got 14. Top scorer for Loyola Chicago. 18 for Bonham leads the way for Chattanooga. Cassano. Knocked out of bounds.
Mike, let's watch why this back screen works. Because you're going to see right now, there's going to be a screen coming. And go ahead and run it, guys. Watch the screen right here. See it? And the reason it's such a great play is because Hunter Huff is coming off the screen. People there, they believe he's going to be a shooter. He sets the screen for the big guy.
Edwards is called for the foul here. His first for Loyola Chicago, just the 4th team foul. Well, and that's the versatility that, he has, and you have to respect, obviously, right, his shooting ability, driving ability. Here's the shot. That's no good. Richards, the offensive rebound.
He's a multi-dimensional player, even at 5'10".
Richards. Costal. Over to Cassano.
They don't take bad shots.
Nope. Richards got it knocked away. Rolls it out to Huff. The shot clock goes off. It's a violation. Well, and it's the gritty type of players that Coach Earl wants with this program that's proved to be successful for them in their conference. And overall, with the 27 wins, it's tied the second most in school history. The best is 29 back in 2016 under Matt McCall.
Yep, and Loyola's got some grit too. They just got to settle down offensively right now. They're kind of out of sorts.
First Chattanooga turnover of the second half. 6 for the game, and a 3-ball from Dawson. They needed that. It's cut down to 3.
Yep. That wasn't the Jimmies and the Joes right there. I mean, that wasn't the X and O's, the Jimmies and the Joes.
Cassano. Costo's trying to force it into Richards, and he gathers it somehow and scores it.
Good flare screen, and the screener slipped. Richards is really a heady player.
Seeing extended time here in this game tonight, and he's got 6 points as Dawson puts up another 3. That's an air ball and into the hands of Cassano. Richards actually has 8 points for Chattanooga. Only averages 3.7 a game. Number 34, he's got it right now. Leland. Nope. Rebound Cassano. Yes, and a foul. They are fired up. 3-point play opportunity, and they've got the lead pushed back up to 7.
Yep, great job by Cassano, just finding that basketball on the rim. Take a look now. Watch him track it, and then strength at the rim. And we told you that Loyola is a physical team, and Sean Cassano says, I can play physically too. Young man that plays 14 minutes a game. This is a deep team. And remember, there's a young man in a hoodie on the bench, Frank Champion, who was a terrific player this year. He's as excited for his teammates as anybody.
He really is, and as a guy that got injured, it happened on a Tuesday before the SoCon tournament. His knee went out, and just a real big and tough loss. A second team all-conference selection. The senior Frank Champion, who was unable to play from that point moving forward.
A great young man.
Deloach fouled with the basket.
They needed that. Deloach has provided some really good toughness.
Richards picks up his 4th personal for Chattanooga.
Those big guys who hide on the baseline are really effective because when the ball gets driven into the paint, they sneak behind the defense, and Deloach does a good job.
Only the third team foul for Chattanooga.
Mike, you're an A-10 guy. This is not his first rodeo in the A-10, Deloach.
It's not. Started his career at VCU. And then, as you said, you and I saw him last year here in Indy with Georgia.
Yep.
He was in the semifinals. And now back in the A-10 with Loyola Chicago. Is a great pickup for them. A-10 and 6 teams in the NIT. This is the last one standing in Loyola Chicago. They want to get to the title game Thursday. UC Irvine awaits. With the win earlier tonight over North Texas. Bonham, deep three. Wow! Trey Bonham.
All he needs is a little space.
21 points, 3 3-pointers, 9 of 13 from the field overall. Oh, behind the back there is Deloach trying to get it down low for Wakoria, and we've got a timeout.
Trey Bonham, he's averaging 23 coming in 3 NIT games. Watch the separation here. Whoop, whoop, boom. Different mocks have scored in the second half, but the real story has been Trey Bonham, the senior from Mobile, Alabama, who followed his coach from VMI, Little Detour, Florida for a year, to Chattanooga, and he's been every bit as good as he's been in the first 3 NIT games, a shot-making savant.
It's been outstanding, and it's a 65-57 lead right now for Chattanooga. And you see the numbers here throughout the season and the way he stepped it up here in the NIT.
Yeah, it's impressive. And Loyola trying to take advantage of the size in the backcourt. They've not been able to do it and slow down Bonham for sure.
This Chattanooga team is down 16 points at Bradley, 38-22. And they came back and won, and now with Mulholland, they are up 10 here at Loyola Chicago in Indy. Big Maple, as they call him.
That's right, from Kitchener.
3-pointer back the other way.
Big one.
Wakoria.
Yep, Wakoria, they needed that one. Loyola must get stops, and it's as much the first play, it's the cuts that they've got to contain.
Whelan for Mulholland. Bonham, and he's fouled. How about a little bit more on number 21, Colin Mulholland, Big Maple, right, Ashley?
Oh, yeah, guys, they call him Big Maple, that name given to him by the Chattanooga SID Sports Information Director. He's from Canada, as Fran mentioned. Colin's mom actually gifted the entire team little bottles of maple syrup for Christmas this year, so everyone is playing along with the name Big Maple. He had to step up in a big way, like you guys mentioned earlier when Frank Champion went down with that knee injury. Coach Earl said he truly doesn't know how good he is. Also, if you ever get a chance to talk to him, you might question if he even likes the game of basketball. He just has no emotion. He's so even keel all the time, but that's obviously a good thing probably in this sport.
Well, certainly a fan favorite, and he has played well here tonight once again.
Yeah, we mentioned his mom, Janet Cobbs, Mulholland. She was on the 1992 United States Olympic volleyball team, and Dad, Jason, is from Canada. He was an All-American in volleyball at USC, and they met playing professionally in Europe, and they're obviously a tall family.
Yes, 5 points, 3 assists for him tonight. Now it's back into Deloach. He doesn't want this season to end. Basket on another foul.
Well, Miles Rubin was so good earlier, but Deloach is giving them a great lift inside. He's playing physically against that front line. Take a look at the power and strength inside.
What a feed from Quinn. And so Deloach, 5 for 5 at the free throw line, 4 for 4 from the field, Fran. 13 points, the second on the team. Coach Valentine imploring his team here, down by 4, just over 6 minutes to go. Big Maple again, working his way on Deloach. Up and under, and Deloach hacks him.
I'll tell you what, that Big Maple right there, we talked about how physical Deloach is, but Mulholland did not back down. He went right at him. You're talking about a kid that's 218 pounds. Deloach is a veteran player. Watch this. He is going to take it right at him, and he knows he's getting fouled.
Yeah, Mulholland was like, okay, I get the point. For the 5th straight year, every NCAA women's basketball championship game on the networks of ESPN. Final Four Friday championship Sunday, ESPN ABC. For more information, go to ncaa.com, your home for all 90 NCAA championships.
And we'll get a chance to see Paige Beckers as she ends a brilliant 5-year career. I believe they've already retired her jersey on senior night.
Incredible.
And she has had an amazing career. What else is new? Gino and Dawn back in the Final Four.
3 number 1s and the UConn Huskies number 2. Watson, good job to maintain possession and without traveling to here's Quinn. He's fouled. They make it Dawson shooting the 3 ball, so Jaden Dawson going down has got a chance to cut this game down to 2.
Yep, and Bonham put his hands on his head as if to say, what am I doing? Take a look right here. Gotta let that shooter land.
With the body.
Yep.
Second foul for Bonham. So Jaden Dawson, this season, has been able to light it up. He's got 2 more free throws coming. He's hit 82 threes on the year, second on the team at a stretch of games this year. We had 74 points in 3 games. All A-10 second team selection.
Got to be able to make these free throws. He's a 74% shooter. Every free throw critical now.
With a 35 at San Francisco, the career high, to help will this team.
And Mike Rubin back for Deloach. It's hard to play the 2 big guys against Chattanooga because of the way they spread you out. They basically play with 2 guards and 2 small forwards, and then Mulholland.
Well, Rubin and Deloach have both been effective tonight. They've combined for 25 points and a perfect 10 for 10 from the field. They're Loyola Chicago. But here's Bonham. Look at that, doesn't go. Offensive rebound, and there's a foul on the rebound as it was pulled in by Kiesler.
This young man, Kiesler, do you know where Walsh College is? Walsh College, Walsh University, Canton, Ohio. And this kid has fit in like a glove. We mentioned all the veterans that came from Division II with 1 year. And Walsh is known mainly because that's where Bob Huggins started his illustrious coaching career.
Well, you said he spent the 4 years there, his first year and only year of eligibility here now. And how effective has it been? He's number 1 in the country in assist-to-turnover ratio. You said it earlier, and that's incredible.
Yeah, and you said it earlier because Danny Earl told us yesterday, these kids are low ego guys.
Right. You can say it all you want, but you really do have to do your due diligence and bring in character guys, not only for on the court, but in your locker room.
Totally,
you know this.
Totally, yep, absolutely. Back to that 3-2 zone now. Kiesler at the top. And what they're doing is just matching up out of it, so they're trying to stay man-to-man even though they're showing zone.
Rubin guns it over to the sideline, and it's recovered by Dawson. Back to Dawson. To the corner, it's a 3. It's Watson, and he hits it.
Boy, Watson loaded the gun quickly. Didn't need much time.
Under 5 minutes to go. It's a 2-point game. Mulholland. No look, gets it inside here. Kiesler backing down Dawson. Help comes, and it's Watson with a block, and another block by Quinn on Cassano, but they call him for the foul. And Jalen Quinn has 4 personals as Sean Cassano is going to go to the line for 2.
Watch how quick Edwards gets this up. Drive by Dawson, doesn't even dip the ball, quick release. And Cassano on the other end, he has been tough as nails. Foul right there, good call. Clarence Armstrong has made that call 50,000 times.
Cassano, who only played only 7 minutes in the last game, has doubled his time out on the court tonight with 15 minutes. Averages about 14 a ball game. And again, another guy that comes off the bench and gives you as much production as he possibly can in a little bit of different areas.
Yeah, he's a third-year sophomore because he redshirted last year at Chattanooga with an injury. These are 2 feisty, well-coached teams. This is what the NIT is all about. You're in April and you want to keep playing for your teammates because the jersey's coming off soon enough.
Dawson lost the handle, got it back, and recovered nicely there by Wakoria. Rubin. Edwards. A little quiet here in the second half. Trying to drive, no, but Rubin cleans it up. Yeah, Edwards only has 5 points, Fran, and 1 for 6 from the field.
That's okay. He's competing. And Rubin is a very active talker on the defensive end.
Gotta get on Bonham. Here's Huff posting up. Is Richards. 2-point game winner, 4 to go. Back into Richards, and it's blocked, and they're going to call a goal attempt on Rubin. We will step aside. Chattanooga with the advantage here, 74-70 over Loyola Chicago. We're under 4 to play from Indy. Back in historic Hinkle Fieldhouse, Indianapolis, Indiana. 74-70, Chattanooga leading Loyola Chicago for the right to advance to the NIT championship game.
It has been fun. Highly competitive, both games. There's a lot of seniors on the floor. Believe it or not, they're finally out of eligibility, some of these guys.
Right?
And they just don't want to take the jersey off.
If Loyola Chicago wins, they'll be in the NIT championship for the first time since 1949. They'll get their 26th win of the season, would tie the 3rd most in the history of Loyola Chicago basketball. For Chattanooga, they would advance to their first NIT title game in school history, their 5th overall tournament. And they've already tied the 2nd most wins in school history with 27. They'd stand alone at 28. The record is 29. They're trying to win 16 of their last 17 games. We're coming down to the stretch here. Watson for Loyola Chicago to Dawson. Quinn. Tried to go up top for Watson and got intercepted.
Yep, he tried to hit the, what we call that 45-degree cut on the baseline drive, and Keeslar was in the right spot.
It's the 11th turnover of the game. Chattanooga, conversely, with just 7, 2 in the second half. Wheeler. Up fake on Watson. Off the window, no. Rebound, Wakoria.
I'd love to see the Ramblers take something to the rim.
Yeah.
With some force. Right now would be a good time with Huff.
Back to Watson, Rubin. Now Watson puts up a 3. Count it.
That works. That'll work too.
Ten for Watson. It's a 1-point game here. Timeout, Chattanooga. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining, 2:15 to go in the game. Chattanooga ball up by 1. One-point game here tonight from Indianapolis, winner to the championship of the NIT to take on UC Irvine. Mike Corey, Fran Fraschilla, Ashley Chamonix. Fran, what do we got here? Here's our game summary.
Something quick. 12 seconds on the shot clock, so let's see what Coach Earl draws up. Not a lot of time for a lot of cuts. It's got to be quick action.
6 seconds to shoot. Bonham gets by Quinn. The runner is no good, and possible interference there. Yes, they are going to count the basket, say basket interference, and they're going to go right over to the monitor to look at it. So the net was pulled.
Right. In the final 4 minutes of the game, you don't wait for the TV timeout, you look at it immediately. Actually could have been a foul. If there wasn't interference, Mulholland got fouled, but right now I think they're going to adjudicate basket interference. Take a look now. Now, if the ball hit the net, Mike, and here's the rule. They're going to come over and tell us first, but I do know the rule.
Following play is under review. Possible goal kick.
All right, so up until 2 years ago, touching the net was no longer. Did he grab the rim? Yes.
He hit the rim.
That's what it was. He grabbed the rim. It wasn't the netting. So I believe if that ball is above the cylinder, you count it. Now, it has to be above the cylinder. Let's watch. Boy, this is close. Now, I'm going to tell you what the rule is. Just because you grab the rim, if it goes back in place and the ball is not above the cylinder, they don't have to call this basket interference. But there is a new rule regarding that action. If the official feels that the ball might have gone in without him grabbing the rim, they'll count the basket. In the old days, that would not be basket interference. We're going to find out right now. When the ball is, when you touch the rim or the netting, and the ball is not above the cylinder, it doesn't have to be basket interference. We're going to find out. Edwin Young's going to come over and tell us.
(76-73) is the score. They have counted the basket for right now with 2:03 remaining.
So,
what did he say?
So what they're trying to find out is what we ascertain is what we talked about. They want to make sure if the rim is back in place and the ball is not above the cylinder, they do not have to call this basket interference. Now, take a look now. He does grab the rim. If the rim comes back in place, which I think it does, this is going to be tricky. That is a judgment call. And if it's not basket interference, if no one had possession of the ball, it goes to an alternating possession.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Well, here's the thing. It was called goaltending on the court. And the reason why they do that is so they can go over to look at it.
That's right.
You can only look at it if you call it goaltending on the court. So they did that. They're looking at it now, Fran. To your point, is there enough evidence for them to overturn it?
Let's listen to Clarence Armstrong.
After review, no basket interference. We'll go possession arrow, Loyola basketball on the baseline.
Fran, you're all over it. Perfect description on it, and there you go.
I'll say this, okay? I know the rules better now than when I coached. Because when you coach, you can always ask the guy, hey, Clarence, is that goaltending? You know, but we have to know the rules because I don't have Gene Steratore here.
Right.
Okay? I mean, God bless Gene, my good buddy. But that's still a judgment call, and they're not happy on the Chattanooga bench, but that is the rule.
Well, and what happens is when you blow it dead, you know, the play is stopped, so that's why you have to go to the arrow.
Yes.
And the arrow is favoring Loyola Chicago. So
it's a bad break.
Yeah, it's a bad break.
It's a bad break, but the rule is alternating possession if no possession is in place. It's a bad break for Chattanooga, but that is the rule.
So the 2 points come off the board. It's not goaltending. go to the arrow because the ball was in play, no one had possession, and the possession arrow favors Loyola Chicago. So the Ramblers have it and a chance to take the lead with under 2 minutes to go in this game. Here's Quinn. Up top, Watson. No. Rebound, Kiesler.
All right, Danny Earl's going to slow it down, and they are going to spread this court. And it's not anything new. They do it all game.
Yep. Bonham. Here's Huff. Holland, his pass is intercepted, taken away by Rubin.
Not a surprise because Rubin has great length, and Mo Holland just a little sloppy.
Timeout, Loyola Chicago. They used one of their 2 remaining timeouts with 1:14 to go, and Drew Valentine will talk it over here with his team down 1.
Yep, now Mo Holland's got to know the guy guarding him has got unusual length, and he just throws a careless pass.
The backdoor wasn't even there because it was well defended that time.
Yep.
So, yeah. All right, now what are we thinking here? Let's go. Let's start left side. Chattanooga, they're on defense.
Well, Chattanooga right now, they've got to just keep the ball in front of them, contest shots without fouling, but nothing at the rim. Make Loyola beat you over the top, contested. If you're Loyola right now, you got multiple options. You can go to Watson. You can go to Edwards. You can go to Dawson. Hey, Mike, we were talking about this at lunch today. They've got 3 guys on their team who've scored over 25 different times this year, so lots of ways they can go.
1 of 4 Atlantic 10 teams that could say that this season out of the 15 in the conference, and you're right. Those are multiple options. We're talking about guys like Dawson, Watson, Edwards.
Here we go, we'll find out.
And Quinn, who has it, to Rubin for Watson. Off the screen, Dawson, the shot, no. Tapped around, Chattanooga's got it, bumped.
It was a good look, and Rubin almost tipped it out. Again, now if you're the Mocs, use clock.
50 seconds to go, 18 to shoot. Their lead is only 1. Bonham telling guys to clear out.
Bonham's going to make a play.
Hands it off. His teammate and friend Huff. For 3. He hits it! Honor Huff knocks down a 3-ball and a timeout, Chattanooga. And he got hit as well, too.
Kid from Brooklyn just said, call me. Dial me up, because I just dialed up a 3. Well, the 2-headed monster, I thought it would be Bonham, but Honor Huff has made big shots his whole career. Take a look. All you want to do when you're a small guy on a big guy is to freeze the big guy from jumping. See that? Step back a little bit, get your shot off.
We were talking about this before the game. Ashley, that's the 4th 3-pointer for Honor Huff here tonight. And now has the most made in Division I this season with 128.
Amazing, yep. What a mighty backcourt. They started their careers at VMI. Bonham took a little detour for a year to the University of Florida, and they reunited in Chattanooga.
How big was that shot?
Big time, man. And look, he's 5'10". He shot over a 6'10" guy because he had enough ball skills to be able to freeze the big fella.
What about Drew Valentine now here in Loyola Chicago?
Don't necessarily need a 3, but I said this in the first game. You have to play quick. You have to have a comeback offense. Open 3, take it, go to the basket, get the easy 2, set up your press.
Plenty of time left here, 35 seconds to go. It's into Quinn.
Mocs got a foul to give if they want it.
Here's Edwards. Watson
in the zone, slowing him down.
Trying to take it to the hole. Tough fade away for the foul line. It's short, tipped by Quinn. Rubin had it, not now, as Kiesler has it for Chattanooga. and a foul is called with 15.7 to go.
Mike, in the second half, the zone has slowed Loyola down. We said they had to go quick. They weren't able to go quick because they didn't attack the zone quickly enough.
And Quinn is just fouled out with his 5th personal for Loyola Chicago. 6 points, 5 boards, 4 assists for Jalen Quinn. And now Kiesler will try to help seal things here for Chattanooga. This is the 5th NIT for Chattanooga, their first since 1987. This is the farthest they've ever got. Quarterfinals in 1985. They're trying to get to the championship game Thursday night. Dawson, foul.
That's okay, because they had one to give. Would have been disastrous if it put Loyola into bonus. What it did was it killed about 5 seconds.
Kiesler with his 3rd, and you're right, 6-team foul, so they will inbound after the timeout taken by Chattanooga, their final timeout of the night. This has been an awesome tournament. You know, we've talked about it right from the start. All the games that we've seen, the close matchups. We just had one in our first semifinal in which UC Irvine knocked off North Texas. Now here tonight, 2 very well-coached teams, like you said, 2 teams that have played their hearts out all tournament, and it's coming down to this here at the end again.
You know, there's over 360 teams that play Division I basketball. You'd be surprised, folks, at how many teams want to put the balls away, okay? And these teams that come to the NIT Final Four, especially from mid-majors, who want to get on national TV, something to prove. We've got teams with 32 wins, 27 wins. These are good basketball teams, and they've proven it tonight.
Excellent basketball teams. You just said it, over 350 Division I teams in the country. You would think, right, the top 100, pretty darn good.
Yes.
I mean, that's not even, you know, under 30%. I mean, that's the top of the top, you know. So we talk NCAA tournament. I know most everybody wants to get to that, but hey, there's 32 teams in this tournament, and those 32 teams were pretty outstanding this season.
Yeah, we saw great competition, and we knew coming here, all these 10 teams, we said it, right? They average 28 wins a year.
UC Irvine in the title game already with 32. That's a new program record. You'll see them on Thursday night. And more than likely versus this Chattanooga team, unless Loyola Chicago could do something here with 11.3 remaining. Watson gets it in. Dawson, it's a 3. No good. Rebound Kiesler. Up the court to bottom. That's fitting. The Bucks are going to be going to the NIT championship. Chattanooga 80-73 over Loyola Chicago, and they will play for the title for the first time in their history in the NIT.
Hey, it's a 7-hour drive, folks, down to Chattanooga. Get your butts up here Thursday night.
What a game once again. Bonham with 23 points for Chattanooga, led the way. 12 for Huff, 12 for Whelan, 10 for Richards, and they win it by 7. The final score 80-73.
You know, they really controlled the game for the last 30 minutes. And we talked about toughness. All 4 teams had it. That guy right there, he's pretty tough. And his partner in crime, they are happy campers.
28 wins on the season. Second most wins in school history. The record is 29 back in 2016. And they've won 16 of their last 17. Let's go to Ashley.
Guys, I'm standing here with Trey and Honor, the dynamic backcourt duo. You guys have played from behind in every second half of this tournament, but not tonight. What was the message at halftime that gave you guys this lead and eventually the win?
We know we're a second half team. I don't know what it is, but it's worked out for us this year. Backcourt in the nation. So at halftime, we know like we'll come out second half and it's our time to shine. So it's been no problem for us this year.
Trey, you passed it to Honor to hit that big three, which also puts you at 127 threes on the year. You are now the all-time leading single-season scorer in made threes across the NCAA. Honor, what is it like being able to play with your best friend?
I mean, it's really like a cliche-ish thing, because it's just like you dream about this when you're growing up, to have someone like him to be able to play with. Shout out to my teammates. You know, it's just a great feeling to be able to win it for him too, because I didn't get to go to the NCAA tournament, and I felt bad. They have a video of me crying because I didn't get it done for him. So to be able to get this done for him and my team feels great.
Trey, how happy are you that he called you every single day to get you to Chattanooga, and now you get to play alongside him and this team behind you?
Yeah, I mean, it's been crazy. It's been a blessing. This is my brother, man, and I'm glad he was annoying me when I was in the portal and to get me here. And I've enjoyed every second of it since I've been at Chat.
For the first time ever, you guys get to play for an NIT championship, taking on UC Irvine. What does this feel like? How special is this group?
I mean, this group, as you can see, look at them right here. We're all special, and we all love each other. We don't want this to end. We want to go get a championship. Hey, shout out Miles Shea, but he's going to have to lose tomorrow. He's going to have to lose on Thursday. Shout out Miles Shea, though. Shout out Miles Shea, though.
Guys.
Playing against his former teammate.
Yes, he will. It's going to be awesome. And we knew these teams would compete. 4 of them did, 2 stay alive, and Thursday night is going to be fun, Mike. We love when these guys pour their hearts and souls out. It's awesome. I'm so glad I'm with you and Ashley to watch great basketball.
Right back at you, my friend. Great job tonight. That's going to do it for us here. Thanks for watching. Our producer, Adam Coppinger, and director, Greg Ambrose. Jeff Nelson with stats. For Ashley Shamedy, Fran Fraschilla, I'm Mike Corey. Thanks for being with us tonight. So long from Indianapolis, Indiana for now. We will see you on Thursday night for the title game, UC Irvine and Chattanooga. Until then, have a great night, everyone.